Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors star Klay Thompson, rising playoff team have mutual interest, insider. Is it the end of an era for the Golden State Warriors? Warriors star Klay Thompson may leave the Bay Area this summer and take his talent to Disney World, according to The Athletic's Shams Charania. The Orlando Magic can open up in excess of $60 million in cap space this offseason, Charania reported on Run It Back on FanDuel TV on May 6. So there are going to be players when you think about free agency and other moves that can be made you look at scoring. In Game 7, obviously the Magic struggled a little bit to score the ball, especially in the second half of the game when the Cleveland Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell kept coming for them. So you look at the point guard position but also shooting and scoring on the wing, and one name to keep an eye on is Klay Thompson. I'm told there is mutual interest between the Magic and Klay Thompson. The Magic appeared on track to advance to the second round of the playoffs when they led by 18 points in the first half of Game 7. But their offense sputtered in the second half and fell to the wrong end of history in the largest Game 7 comeback. Despite a down season for Thompson, the Magic views him as a plug-and-play veteran who could help them avoid that second-half mishap in Game 7 and follow through on their breakout season, the first playoff appearance of their young core under coach Jamal Mosley. Thompson feels the same way. Thompson, along with several other vets around the league, are looking at the Magic as a situation where if you plug in a guy like Klay Thompson, you plug in another veteran player, whether it be at the point guard position, shooting opposition, this team can make a real jump around Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, Charania added. Both guys, Paolo Banchero, already a star, already a guy that's been a part of the Team USA, and Franz Wagner, who has the ability to potentially be an all-star as well, but if you plug in some more shooting and scoring, I think that's what can take this Orlando team to another level. The Magic finished last in three-pointers made this season, averaging only 11.0 per game. They were worse in the playoffs, sinking only 10.3 against the Cavaliers. Thompson could come in and help them in that area. The former five-time All-Star is 41.3% career three-point shooter as he averaged 3.1 per game. This season, he averaged 3.5 threes per game despite his fluctuating role on a contract year. Warriors coach Steve Kerr and general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. expressed their desire to have Thompson back for next season following their disappointing play-in exit. "We need Klay back," Kerr told reporters after their 118-94 play-in loss to the Sacramento Kings on April 16. "He's still got good years left. And I know I speak for everybody in the organization, we want him back. What Klay has meant to this franchise, and as good as he still is, we desperately want him back." Dunleavy, for his part, said he believes Thompson also wants to stay with the team he only played for in the NBA. "I think it's a mutual feeling," Dunleavy said on April 18. "The guy's been here a long time, he means so much to the organization. We really value him, so there's nothing that would make me think that he wants to go somewhere else or we don't want him back. For that reason, I'm hopeful we can make it happen, but it's a deal. Both sides have to be good with it, and we'll work through that." But with the Warriors unwilling to pay a luxury tax for a non-playoff team, it remains to be seen whether Thompson would be amenable to return on a reasonable contract or be blown off by Magic's offer of one last big payday and compete in the playoffs in a weaker conference. Lakers LeBron James drops honest review of Warriors Draymond Green's biggest asset. The Golden State Warriors may not have reached the playoffs this season, but they still have one of great core, headed by Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Lakers legend LeBron James, with J.J. Redick on the latest edition of Mind the Game, broke down what Green's biggest asset for the Warriors is, said LeBron. "Draymond Green's biggest asset, offensively for the Warriors, is his ability to get Steph Curry and Klay Thompson open and then play in the pocket. And now his IQ kicks in. While the Warriors face roster questions, Draymond is already under contract, having signed a 4-year, $100 million extension with the Warriors last offseason. If he chooses to exercise the option of the final year of his contract, Green would be signed through the 2026-27 season, when he would be 37 years old. Draymond has proven incredibly valuable to the Warriors over the years. Green's defensive and playmaking abilities have made him incredibly important to the Warriors' success. However, his fiery personality has also been a key piece in Golden State's shortcomings, particularly so this season. Green was suspended twice by the NBA this season for on-court altercations. The first came in November when Green placed Rudy Gobert in a chokehold during a scuffle involving Thompson. Shortly after returning from his suspension, Green was hit an indefinite suspension by the league for striking Jusuf Nurkic in the face in December. After a disappointing season, changes are certainly coming to the Warriors roster. Klay Thompson, who will become an unrestricted free agent with his 5-year, $189.9 million extension expiring this offseason, may sign elsewhere in free agency and leave the Warriors, the only team for which he has played this season. Thompson dealt with on-court struggles and admitted self-doubt about his play. Additionally, other teams may be more inclined to give Thompson the money he desires while not being held to the same restraints as the Warriors, who have dipped heavily into the luxury tax over the years. Chris Paul did a fine job for the Warriors, but with such an expensive roster, it's incredibly doubtful that Golden State wants to pay a massive per-dollar penalty for being over the apron. Golden State still has Curry and Green, not to mention breakout player Jonathan Kuminga. That's definitely worth something, but the Warriors will need to get creative if they want to build out their roster in a way that will get them back into contention. All signs still point to Thompson returning to the Dubs. But just running it back with the same cast of characters clearly won't be good enough for Golden State, especially as a young, deep Western Conference continues to evolve and the tread on this team's big three continues to wear. Ex-Dubs coach Karl would let Klay walk if team-friendly deal not reached. The Warriors might have a tough decision to make on Klay Thompson this summer. After a disappointing 2023-24 NBA season, the veteran guard is an unrestricted free agent and likely will test free agency in some capacity. Former Warriors coach George Karl joined Brandon Robinson on the Scoop B radio podcast to discuss Thompson's future and how he would approach contract negotiations with the 34-year-old. "I would have probably made that decision to break them up a little earlier than now," Karl said, hat tip Warriors Wire. "Would I give him an extension? I would try to work on an extension with him that would be team-friendly and hopefully make him happy. But if he wants to go out and get the bigger dollar, I might let him go." The Athletic's Shams Charania reported Monday that Thompson and the Orlando Magic have mutual interest, and Karl believes Orlando could be a good fit for the 5-time NBA All-Star. "Orlando needs someone that can make a shot. Now I don't know if he's able to help you as an all-star, but he might help you as a veteran and pro that can come off the bench and light it up," Karl added. The Warriors have made it abundantly clear they want to re-sign Thompson, but faced with financial constraints and glaring roster needs, there is a possibility they might not be able to afford him. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Klay Thompson? Leave your opinion in the comments.